Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. Now, I really hope the title of this video wasn't too clickbaity. Sometimes I find it hard to really just pose the right question or the right title for something for what I'm trying to do, and it comes off a little bit like I'm just trying to fish for people to click on something. But this was a tough one to try to summarize. Now, what it is basically is somebody had contacted me in the comments section and asked what seems like a very straightforward question, but the answer is anything but. And sometimes some questions, the answer cannot just be summed up and put in the comments section, not easily. So I'm just going to jump right into it and talk about what they asked. Let's just look at what the current prices are, and then I'll be on my way. Laramite is normal, diamond, meh, gold, more meh. Maybe I'll go for diamond depending on what the sell price is. And things are starting to liven up outside as we speak. We'll go ahead and go forward with my original plan. I'm just going to do a quick supply run in the background while I talk. Yeah, I could stand making a little extra cash. I've been buying up a lot of components lately, trying to do some research for a stealth video. And even though it didn't really hit me in the pocket too bad. Oh, and get this, the duplication bug is back. Every time I tried to duplicate my M50, which technically I don't even own one, kept duplicating over and over again. If this happens to you, just stop. Don't keep doing it. Resist the urge to keep duplicating 100 of the same ship in your fleet manager, because there is a point where you could just crash your system out. I don't want to find out what that limit is. So unfortunately, I had gotten 5 deep before I realized what I was doing, so no more. Should I just wait for the for the sounds of gunfire to subside outside before I actually pull my large ship? I don't know. Yeah, screw it. Let's live dangerously. Okay, so back to my original statement. The question that was posed to me was, somebody owns just a starter ship. Now, what happens if they let their insurance lapse and their ship gets destroyed? Are they just screwed? And the answer is no. I kind of tend to forget that some people are new to this game. This thing has been tackled again and again. Chris Roberts has spoken on this very subject on a number of different occasions, and they have made contingencies for this to happen to somebody. Now, the only thing I have to start with is to get into that position to begin with is going to be exceedingly difficult. Because if you really think about it, you know, you would almost have to be going out of your way to get stuck into that kind of position. You know, to be in a position where you have absolutely no money, your insurance lapsed, and you have nothing to fall back on. And I was kind of thinking about how would you even get into that position to begin with? Well, you would almost have to... I'm kind of a little curious that the gunfire has been going on for a while here. Sorry about the awkward pause. The first thing that you would have to do to get into that kind of position is for the first 3 months. Okay, so I need to explain this about insurance. Insurance is not going to start counting down until the game goes live. So when you buy the game, if you bought it like just recently, or if you buy it in the near future, your insurance doesn't kick in for quite a while. Like, it doesn't kick in until this game actually goes live, and right now it's in alpha, so you're not going to have to worry about insurance being a thing for a while now. And I'm going the wrong way. As it stands right now, if something happens to your ship, you claim insurance, which is free, and then you can expedite the claim, which is also free. I don't know how long you're going to be able to expedite a claim for free for. That could change at any moment. So don't rely on that being free forever. That might even change in one of the new updates that's coming along. Either 3.1, 3.2, 3, or 3.4. Okay, so let's get our shields up, for obvious reasons. So who knows what is going on out here. So, but when insurance actually does go live and become a thing, it's going to be incredibly cheap, first of all. So the idea of you not paying your insurance means, you know, and also the other thing I forgot to mention is insurance prices will scale to the ship that you're flying, meaning you're not going to be paying the same insurance for like, you know, for a Connie like this that you would for a starter ship. A starter ship is going to require the cheapest fee imaginable for insurance. As a matter of fact, it's going to be very, very cheap to insure a starter ship. So it's not going to cut into your profit margin too much. So the idea of not paying it, whoa, what happened? We just veered to the left for no reason suddenly. Controls are feeling a little squirrely today. Okay, let's set our course, and hopefully I don't get too sidetracked in what I'm doing. We're going to go to Levski. I think we're just going to go buy some diamonds. I don't even really care what the price is. We're just going to do it. There it is right in front of us. And let's get going. And I feel like I'm being so long-winded that we might buy our stuff and be back before I'm finished blah 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 blahing about this. Alright. No, I wouldn't even fight one ship with this ship. That's not gonna happen. Let's go. Let's go. We'll probably only be interdicted 3 or 4 more times. Interdiction, like, they toned it down a lot, but it still seems to happen a lot for these bigger ships. Smaller ones, not so much. My stealth ship hasn't been interdicted once yet, but I'm still sure that probably happens plenty to other people. So anyway, back to insurance. Where did I leave off? The price of insurance and how cheap it's going to be to insure your ship. So you shouldn't really ever get into that position where your ship isn't insured. You shouldn't be able to get into that position where you don't have enough money to pay it off. I mean, the only situation I could possibly see where you get kind of screwed in that way is that maybe you're doing a cargo run, okay? You loaded your ship with all the cargo that you have, which, by the way, if you're making money selling cargo, never ever put all your money into one cargo run. Never spend more than half of your total amount of credits that you have on purchasing goods. That way you always have this buffer zone to fall back on. But we've still done it. I mean, plenty of people in my org have done it. I've done it a number of times. Loaded my ship entirely up with using all the money I had, and then the game crashed, or I was killed by somebody, something like that. And then you're left with practically nothing, and you have to do missions to generate the tiny amount of credit to go back and start cargo hauling again. And generally you can, if you know what you're doing, you can double your credits with every cargo run. And after a while you get to this point where it just becomes ridiculous, where you have 1 million and you're making 2 million, and 2 million becomes 4 million. And as long as you have a big enough ship to support that, you can just keep going on and keep going on that way. But going back to the original scenario, let's imagine you lost everything. You put the game on a shelf because you were so frustrated, and then you came back 3 months later and your insurance is completely lapsed, and you get into your ship anyway, and you fly off and you hit an asteroid and it gets destroyed. So your ship is gone, you have no insurance to reclaim it, and you have no money. So you're in a really bad, and I heard somebody flying around me here. I'm probably going to start getting shot. Yep, and there it starts. Goodbye. I don't know if that was a pirate or a player character, but either way, gonzo. Oh, so anyway, I'm going to be so rudely interrupted every time I try to get on a subject. So you're on that completely screwed situation. And I'm just going to go the long way. I'm just going to... yeah. I don't think I see anybody on the radar. I don't think I see anybody around us. Frame rate's pretty good today, too, by the way. I know as sure as I say that, it's going to grind to a screeching halt. So what do you do? Now, I have to say one other thing about being in a situation like that. You have to ensure that, or you have to assume that that person is not part of an org. Because being part of an org can be a huge safety net against things like that from happening to you. I mean, if you don't know an org to join, then join PXP, then join mine, because, I mean, I will personally vouch for the generosity of these people. several people, as a matter of fact, are being, like, STL Youngblood is a major person who's in charge of the group. He is an incredibly nice guy. And another one is a gentleman by the name of Flexo, who is a super nice guy as well. And I'll swear by both of them as being very stand-up people. And not just them, but like everybody else in the group too. I remember at one point I was trying to earn some credits, and one guy pulled one of his Starfare, filled it up with $1 million worth of goods, and said, "Oh, just fly this in yourself and take care of it that way." That was a weird thing. What is going on here? The view just changed and my power's wigging out. Hold on, let me power down for a second, see if I can regain control of my crazy ship. Yep. All is good again. That was weird. That was very, very weird. I just went into a spin for like no reason. Usually I find that, oh, whoa, 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 we're just falling to the ground. Whoa, we just, okay, hard land. Here's another one for the bloopers reel. See, this is what happens when I try to multitask. Okay, well, let's get a better view of what's going on here. Upside down, sideways, and spinning around. MLG flying here, folks. MLG flying. Okay, we're back. Okay, I've got control over the ship now. That was funky. Well, like I was saying, like having an orc behind you, protecting you, can keep you from getting into a situation like that. Our org even has like a whole series of ships that we use specifically for situations like that for players to use. And I'm sure another org mate would lend you their ship if you got into a really screwed situation. Oh, please, no, thank you. I've had enough issues already getting this far. Look at that, my whole left side's orange. We have to do something about that. Maybe on the way back. I'm a little paranoid about this run right now, if I am to be honest. Landing gear, Betty. Landing gear. Thank you. Let's call in. Comms are always either at the front of the column or at the end. I've noticed. They're never in the same space from ship to ship.
Our landing areas are currently full. Please hold for assignment.
Full my butt. I see an open one right here in front of me. You lie. I see 2 open ones. You're doing this just to taunt me, aren't you? You are. Oh, you. I see 2 open ones, you big liar. That's okay. I need to buy a little time while I jaw a little bit more. Okay, so let's go back to the previous situation. You have no money, you have no ship, and you have no org, and you have no friends to support you. So what do you do then? So what's going on at that point? Well, there are a number of jobs you'll be able to take that...
All our landing areas are currently full.
You big fat liar. I think if I land in here anyway, it's just gonna... Well, what it's gonna do is despawn my ship and give me a criminal rating. That's the usual thing it does. There's nobody in there. What are you doing? My landing gear's down, right?
Landing gear raised.
Yeah, it was down. Good old Levski being Levski. Good thing I'm catching this on video. Yeah, the hangars, man, they're touchy sometimes. They are touchy. I might just land somewhere and just be done with it. I'll land on top of the hangar and just let it drop me in. Okay, so back anyway. Sorry about keep getting sidetracked, but I mean, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that's pretty much the way I roll. Oh, look, something shiny. Oh, what was I talking about? But one of the jobs specifically that Chris Roberts used as an example was getting a job somewhere at... I wish this was daytime too. But getting a job somewhere at one of those stations that you can buy goods at, and instead of having a drone loading the goods from wherever it is in storage onto somebody's ship, you would be doing it. And I'm guessing at this point they would have the Titan suit in, and you'd be using that to kind of haul cargo or whatever else. Or maybe even you would be controlling one of the drones. I don't know. At like some drone station. The exact specifics of that hasn't been worked out, but the general overview of what's supposed to be going on has been worked out. And I think it'd be a real bad idea to land in this hangar right now. It almost looks like this big, open, gaping pit that is beckoning me to get inside and get trapped. Because they generally don't tend to be open like that, the way they are. Okay, let's get out of this screen. Wrong button. I want to do this instead.
All of our landing areas are currently full.
Yeah, sometimes if you
Please
keep
hold for assignment.
spamming them with that request, they will like despawn another ship that's on the platform and get rid of it and allow you to land. I know it does that at Grimhex a lot, which I shouldn't be saying because that's a way to troll people really bad. It's just to go over, and if anybody's on the platform, just keep like, me land, me land, me land, and eventually one of their guys will get kicked. But then again, they can do that to you as well. They can do that from the ASOP terminal, or they can do that from when you're flying up ahead. So what are some of the other jobs that you can do? Well, one of the other jobs they're talking about is having you be a crew member on somebody else's ship. And if you have a friend, once again, you can jump on their ship, go on a cargo run with them, get just enough credits to buy one of your starter ships again, which I may or may not have mentioned in between all my jumping in and out of conversation, that essentially the starter ships are going to be super cheap to buy. Incredibly cheap in comparison to all the other ships.
Landing areas are currently full.
Man,
Please
this
hold for
is...
assignment.
I'm going to hold you for an assignment. We're just going to go inside. Screw this. What I should have done is flown over here with another ship. Just kind of landed over here in this middle area. And then spawned my, my Connie. Oh, this is going to be squirrely to land here. I should have come over here with my Connie, spawned it in one of those spots. Which I might do. I might... Because I want to buy some... Ooh, that's what I get for not looking before I land. Let's go forward. There's not a whole lot of open space here. I could do it. I might squish these two guys in the front, but, you know, those are the brakes. They knew what they were getting into when they took this job. Okay. If I'm not perfectly flat, this usually has issues. Let's see if it flattens out. Oh yeah, boom! Graceful. That's how we roll. Yeah, look at that view from the front. How you guys doing? Wait a second. Oh, there you go! Hydraulics to the rescue! That's some good stuff. Okay, let's close before some rando jumps on board. I don't care. I'm just going to claim this ship anyway. Maybe cut a little forward in the video. Let's get out of here. So where did I leave off? What was I talking about? Jobs that you could take. So I already talked about hauling cargo, which is one of the examples. Being a crew member on somebody else's ship, which that could be really fun in a way. Like I would do a lot of... I can't believe I left this down. That's a rookie mistake. That's why I didn't do it. Squished. Oh god. Get me out of here. Crawl for your life. Oh, commando crawl, my way to freedom. Oh dear god, that was bad. I thought I was going to stay up. Oh. Yeah, okay. Got away with just some minor squishing. Oh god, you're a miserable ship. I'm glad I don't own you. I'm just kidding, it's a good ship. I just don't fly it good. Actually, I do a lot of this on purpose. Bad flying makes for good video. But like I was saying before, taking a job on somebody else's ship can be really fun in a lot of ways, as it gives you the idea of whether or not you're gonna like certain professions, certain positions on ships, or even certain ships themselves by being able to jump on somebody else's and not having to dump a huge expense either from your own pocket or with in-game currency to get a ship that you may or may not like. So it's good to kind of like be a crew member on something that catches your eye that you think you might like, confirm it by actually flying on that ship. And, you know, when it kind of comes down to it. Let's see. We'll see what prices are going for here. Well, I'm definitely not going to be putting it in my Connie, I'll tell you that much. What do I have a Reliant core? How is that even a thing? I don't have a Reliant core. Like, at all. I wonder what happens if I put... Well, I know what's going to happen if I put anything on board of it. It's just going to be lost. Okay, so... Laranite, meh. Agricum, meh. Gold, meh. Diamond is expensive. Oh my god, I would make more money buying diamond from Olisar and bringing it here. Normally I'm used to this being around 17, but somebody has just jacked the price up. Gold too. Gold is usually like 18 or 19, maybe 20 at the most I'd buy it. 24 is not that much higher. But all the prices are garbage right now. So you know what? I'm going to take a little snooze. I'm going to claim my ship. And I'm going to be back. I'm going to reload back into this server and see what happens. Okay, let's... hopefully I don't duplicate this ship if I do. Come on, where are you? Which is weird. Sometimes I have to scroll up and scroll back down before a certain ship will appear. Because it should be really... There it is, see? On pad. See how it wasn't appearing before? I had to scroll up and down a couple of times. And I also have a... see, with this ship also came a rover, and I have to scroll up and down to make that appear as well sometimes. So I'm going to claim that. 2 hours, man. 2 hours down to 12 minutes. Not too bad. But we'll be back in 12 minutes here. Alright, so I just finished taking a power nap, and I pulled my Connie again and made sure the elevators are working, because this station is notorious for not upkeeping its elevators, and they are breaking down all the time. Assuming they don't just completely drop down the mine shaft altogether. So let's check out the prices here. So when I last left, I was talking about the different careers that you could be embarking upon if you didn't have a ship. And one last one that they had talked about was getting a job with a corporation. Now, let's just take for example Hurston, which is an entire planet that's all... Ooh, diamond's cheap again. So is gold. We're buying diamond. Buying all the diamond. Okay, so let's go back. Let's not do this. Let's, yeah. Let's go back to my Connie. Okay, and then diamond once again. And we're just buying a buttload of diamond. Purchase all of the diamond. And, you know, even if Ollie doesn't want to buy it at a good price, I'm just going to stow the ship and wait till the prices go back into my favor and then sell it then. So, no big deal, no big harm, no big foul. We're going back to Hangar 3. Okay, so going back to Hurston. Sorry about that. Hurston is basically a big planet that does almost nothing but mining exclusively. So if you were in a place like that, what you could do is get a job flying one of their prospectors. And then what they would do is they'd put you on the quota system. Essentially, you'd be paid a flat rate, the way it was described. And you would be given a quota to earn that flat rate. So they'd be saying something like, go and get this much barrel and get it by a certain amount of time. And if you don't get it, there would either be a penalty or a severely reduced pay or something like that. But if you made the quota and you made it back on time, you would be paid that flat rate. And you could just continue on for as long as you want. I mean, maybe you're just going to want to do 1 or 2 runs, get enough money to go buy a Mustang or an Aurora, and then go back to being independent. Or you might find you really like doing it. You might be really good at it. You know, ideally you could find that you meet these quotas every time, you're making money, and you like mining, and you say, screw the Aurora and or Mustang, I'm going to keep doing this until I have enough money to buy a prospector myself and go freelance. You know, so, I mean, there's going to be options open to you, so you don't have to sit there and worry about getting screwed. The game is not designed to screw you. The insurance system is designed to make a gameplay loop. Not to ruin your day or to screw people out of their ships. And they have thought about these things. So, and once again, my apologies if you're someone who just clicked onto this channel and you know all these things, you've been a part of this game, or yeah, you've been a part of this game for like 5 years now. Yeah, let's take off. Nice and smooth.
Landing gear raised.
Landing gear is not raised. You are lying to me. My landing gear is still down. You know how I know? I won't be able to break 50 meters a second here. And there we go, now they're raised. You big liar. So all we have to do is go and get interdicted 20 times on our way home and we can sell this stuff off. Because pirates can smell booty. No jokes, please. Yeah, the minute you're loaded up, like, they just come out of the woodwork. And well, a Connie with goods? Connie with goods? Everybody, get to your interdiction ships. Now, let's get out of here before some griefer shoots me, or some pirate comes, or some other act of God destroys me. And I think we're going to have to hit an orbital marker, actually. Let's go over and take a look. The one thing I do love about this... Let's go back over to Delamar. Where are we located? Oh, there's so much visual noise. Levski, it looks like it's on the same side. Let's just give it a try. I might be too far deep into the atmosphere before I... Okay, let's Port Alisar. Let's set that as our location. Our destination. Yeah, there it is right there. Ah, right in front of us. I love when that happens. I think I wasted enough time that our rotation came around. And we are now in front of it again. Like there was any shock that that was going to happen. No surprise. Luckily they got us so soon that our quantum drive didn't really even heat up. So we can just jump again immediately. Okay, 4 more jumps. And we should be able to get to where we're going. I wouldn't fight you guys even if you were a lone Aurora. You know, just because. Again? Come on, guys. Is this like some conga line of pirates all the way between Levski and Alisar? Some pirate gauntlet I have to keep walking through over and over again? Is that what's going on? Let's do this. Come on. Let's keep going. Yar, the pirates be thick today. Okay, clear sailings from this point on, which is good because I think I'm pretty much done with this whole rant anyway. I know I've been given this question over and over again, and ideally if I ever get it in the future, I'm just gonna add a link to this video and be like, here you go. Most of what you're gonna need involving this question. If you lose your ship, no, you're not going to be screwed. But generally, you should never get into that position where you lose your ship to begin with, if you're smart about it and you stay careful. But, you know what? It still could happen. An edge case is something that can exist, and if it can exist, it has to be dealt with accordingly. And there has to be a safety net in place to keep the worst possible scenario from happening to you. And that is the worst possible scenario. But in this game, I see it as being kind of like a, you know, like Bob Ross would say, a happy accident, where you could lose your ship and then you stumble your way upon a career path that you never thought you'd be into, and you just fall in love with it. But yeah, so the only other alternative right now is new ships are coming into the store every month, and I would even really look into investing into a ship that's like a relatively like cheaper starter ship that comes with LTI, and getting one of those tucked away under your belt, especially specifically if you know you're going to be serious or you really like the game and you'd like to explore more of it. And I mean, essentially almost all of the ships I have LTI. I mean, I think you know the concept of LTI tokens, which is, you know, back when the Nox came out, it was a really cheap ship that had LTI associated with it. And like, I know I personally bought up a bunch of them. I bought up like 3. And I used them for LTI tokens to apply towards other ships that I wanted to buy, that I wanted to upgrade to. So essentially you could upgrade a ship that's been out for a while and upgrade it to LTI by using another ship. And if you don't know much about that, look into it. It's a fairly easy concept. A lot of people have stuff and articles written on that right now already. And if you really wanted an explanation, I would be willing to do a quick video on that, on just what it is and how it gets achieved. Do I have my... No, I do not. And I'm probably going to go straight ahead. Close enough. And we'll get in here and just see if I can sell this garbage. Automated. Damn right we're going automated. If you ever want to stop, there you go. Landing's not complete until my feet touch the tarmac. Remember that, folks. Okay. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch button. Want to open up? Good. Thank you. I don't want to end this on a bug. We already had that one weird bug where I just lost control of the ship for absolutely no reason. That was just like do 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 do, crashing to the surface for no reason. And now the thrilling conclusion to me buying stuff. How much money will we make for Diamond? Probably won't even buy it from me. What's up, J. Crew Mohawk? I'm back. I've been here for a while. Haven't had to trade goods for quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Fully loaded. Oh, not buying, I'm selling. What am I doing? Crazy talk. Here we go. 17 to 29. I'm not going to scoff at it. Yeah, back up to being a millionaire. Hooray for me. Now I can buy a lot more components and keep going on with that video on stealth. Well, everybody, with that said and done, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of Star Citizen, and I hope to see you back here again. Goodbye, everybody.